3 out of 4 owners who sell regret the decision within 24 months. Not because the deal was bad, because they weren't ready. They engineered the business to be sellable. They had no idea who they'd be after, and they had no plan for the money. 3 legs on the stool. Most owners build one, then they sit down.
Welcome to From Burnout to Bought Out, the podcast for business owners who are tired of being the hardest working, lowest paid employee in their own company. I'm John, joined as always by Ryan, and together we've spent years inside owner-led businesses helping founders go from running on fumes to running a business that actually runs without them. Every episode we break down the real problems nobody talks about, the burnout, the bottlenecks, the blind spots, and show you what it looks like to build a business that's profitable, sellable, and doesn't need you in the building every day to survive. Whether you're grinding through a plateau, thinking about an exit, or just trying to take a vacation without your phone blowing up, you're in the right place. Let's get into it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Was that Freedom Rock?
That was raising the mic. That was our rock. That's our anthem.
I love it.
We aspire to every generation's right to aspire to a rock anthem.
And the air guitar.
That's it. Both of us were Christian. Awesome. You set the okay. What are the 3 legs of the stool?
All right, so again, my disclosure, deposit stories throughout the episode, every detail. 3 legs on the stool. Leg 1, the business is ready. Leg 2, the owner is ready. Leg 3, the wealth plan is ready. If any one of them is short, you wobble. Sometimes the stool just tips. Most owners spend 100% of their planning energy on leg 1. EBITDA, multiples, data room, growth story. They spend almost nothing on leg 2 themselves. Who they are after the closing and the emails stop coming in. They spend even less on leg 3, the wealth plan. What happens to their check after they sign it? Whether it lasts. The Exit Planning Institute reports roughly 3 out of 4 owners who sell regret the decision within 24 hours. Not because the deal was bad, because they weren't ready. The wrong legs were strong. The wrong leg was missing. 2 owners, same year, same $6 million business, same industry. Owner A, leg 1 at 9, leg 2 at 3, leg 3 at 2. Sold clean, on time, on multiple. Sat in his kitchen on a Tuesday, 18 months later, asking his wife what he was supposed to do with the rest of his life. She didn't know either. Owner B, leg 1 at 7 when she started, 9 at close. Leg 2 at 4 at start, 8 at close. Leg 3 at 3 at start, 8 at close. Sold in 24 months, different exit, different life on the other side. The difference wasn't the deal, it was the legs.
Nice legs. Nice legs.
Great games.
Leg 1. What does the business is ready mean in plain language?
3 words. The buyer can take it over and the value travels with the transaction. Word number 1, predictable. Clean financials, fast close, 13-week cash forecast, a scorecard that warns you before things go red, cash discipline, capacity guardrails. Word 2, transferable. It runs without you. Owner dependency index low, documented processes, a leadership team already running the day-to-day. 3rd word, de-risked. Customer concentration under 20%, key person risk addressed, contracts in place, recurring revenue when possible. Every gap in those 3 becomes a buyer discount, quietly, then loudly. The buyer's diligent team is paid to find them. $6 million service business, 1 client at 43% of revenue. Buyer didn't walk, just dropped the offer by a full turn of EBITDA. $900,000. One data point, one customer, cousin Vinny, same business, different price. Leg one is what most owners optimize. It's the leg they know how to work on. It's the leg their advisors know how to charge for. It's necessary. It's just not sufficient. And it's the reason 75% of exits still end in regret because owners think leg one is exit readiness. It's only a third of it.
Hopping around on one leg. Let's go straight into leg two, the one you keep saying is the hardest. Walk us through
It is the hardest, John, and it's the leg that breaks the most exits. 4 dimensions. If any is blank, you're not ready, regardless of the offer. Identity. Can you answer what do you do without mentioning your company? For most founders, the answer is no. If the business is your entire identity, your baby, selling it feels like a death. Right? Purpose. What gets you out of bed on Monday when the business doesn't need you? Board seats, mentoring, a new venture, philanthropy, the cooking show your spouse secretly wanted you to have? You need a destination, not just a departure. Structure. How do you spend your days? Not in general, actual Tuesday, 10 a.m. What are you doing?
golfing.
I've watched golfing, right? Well, golfing and drinking at the bar is not an option. It's not a retirement plan, according to my wife, right? I've watched owners go from 60-hour weeks to what do I do with Tuesday in less than a month. Relationships. Most of your closest relationships probably exist inside the business. Employees, clients, vendors, the same coffee shop 3 times a week. Post-exit, that world shrinks overnight. If you haven't invested in relationships outside the company, the silence is deafening. Story, it's a real one. Composite name, real pattern, the whole shebang. Owner sold a clean $8 million exit at 68. Sat at home for 6 months. Then bought a smaller, worse business in the same industry just to have something to do. Now he's 70 years old, running a job he doesn't need because he didn't plan leg 2. This isn't therapy talk. This is the leg where 75% of exits die. It's the most important business problem in the room. It just doesn't look like one because nobody bills for it.
Okay. Before we jump into that important third leg, let's take a quick break. This episode is brought to you by Upstate Doors, Waddington and Malone, New York. If you're up in the North Country and you're staring at a garage door for 1994, this is the one.
That was smooth. Unlike Upstate Doors, we'll get it smooth the first time, right? With full new installations, residential, commercial, CHI, and Rainier product lines, which are the 2 brands people actually respect in this category.
I have a property up that way, and my door's been the same wood look laminate since I met my wife. I have opinions that I do not share out loud.
That is the door you replaced, the one that shaved 8% off the appraisal without anyone saying so.
Custom carriage style doors, if that's the aesthetic. Insulated if you're paying to heat the garage every winter. 3D preview before you commit, which is part of it that separates the pros from the catalog people.
35 years in business, 80 years of accumulated expertise on the crew. Anniversary promo right now, save up to $250.
Upstate Doors, 315-388-5523, upstatedoors.com.
Replace the wood look laminate. It's time, John, because I can't replace my host.
I feel like wood look laminate 90% of the time.
8% reduction off the appraisal value.
There we go. All right, that all-important third leg, the third leg that we all want, the wealth plan. Walk me through it.
Yeah, some of us have it. Almost every owner's net worth is trapped inside the business. Right? House, 401k, savings, those are honestly rounding errors next to the enterprise value. So the wealth plan is the answer to one question. When this thing turns into a check, What does that check do? After-tax math first, the headline number is growth. You got federal tax, state tax, transaction costs, advisor fees, escrow holdbacks, earn-out structures, contingent payments. The net is often 25 to 40% below the headline. You should know that number before you sign an LOI, not after. Then, what does the net fund? Lifestyle, philanthropy, the next venture, family wealth transfer, the years-long boat you've been threatening to buy for a decade? Then, how does it stay alive? Investments? How's your risk tolerance now that you're not a private business owner with consistent cash flow? Most owners overrate risk after exit because they made their money taking it. The math on the other side is different. You made your money taking risk. You keep it by not taking it. Pre-sale tax planning is the most expensive leg to ignore. Entity restructuring, basis tracking, charitable strategies, trust structures, QSBS if it applies to you. These take years to set up and produce 6 and 7 figure savings at the closing table. 6 months out is too late. 2 years out is the minimum. 5 years is even better. I've watched owners save more on the tax leg of the exit than they made in the last 3 years of running the business. They started planning early. I've also watched owners pay full freight because they started tax planning the week the LOI showed up. It's way too late. That was a 7-figure Tuesday.
Holy smokes. That's why we always say begin with the end in mind.
You got that right. It's a great saying.
Mm-hmm. Don't know who came up with that.
Some really handsome dude with a third leg.
It's moving swiftly on. Okay, owners listening. How do they figure out which leg is theirs, of theirs is the wobbly one?
So you got to be honest when you score, right? 1 to 10 on each leg. Yourself first, then with someone who'll tell you the truth, right? Not your accountant, not your team, someone with no financial interest in the answer. Okay, leg 1, signals. Books close in over 15 business days. Your ODI or your owner discretionary index above 7. It's a callback to episode 9. You are the bottleneck. Customer concentration above 20%. We're talking Cousin Vinny again. No 13-week cash forecast. No documented core processes. Any of those, leg 1 is short. Leg 2, signals. You panic at 2 weeks without checking email. You can't describe a normal Tuesday post-exit. Your closest friends are all your employees, customers, or vendors. You're in your 50s or 60s with no answer to what's next. Leg 3, signals. You don't know your after-tax exit number. You haven't talked to an estate or tax planner in 2 years. Your entity is the same one you set up in year 1. You haven't met with a wealth advisor about post-exit cash flow. Score each leg honestly. Whichever is lowest is the one that gives out under load. Most owners are an 8, a 4, and a 3. They've engineered the business to be sellable. They have no idea who they are after, and they have no plan for the money. 8, 4, 3 is the average owner. If those numbers describe you, welcome to the club. It's a big club. It's also the club that produces the 75% regret rate.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think I know how I can spend the money. That's for sure. But it's the time.
How long will it last is the question.
That's true. Well, it depends on how expensive the golf club is.
Yeah, or how many you go to.
Right. True. So owners are going to say, right, I'll fix leg 1 first, and I'll deal with the rest later. What does it cost them?
The cost of ignoring leg 2 is regret. Real, expensive, lasting regret. The 75% statistic. Buyer's remorse. Selling and trying to buy back. Selling and going quiet for 6 months. Selling and starting a worse, smaller version of the same business 18 months later. Because you can't sit still and nobody told you what to do without the sitting. Cost of ignoring leg 3 is dollars. Often a lot of them. Suboptimal tax structure at sale, That's 5 to 15% of the deal loss of taxes you could have legally avoided. On a $10 million exit, John, that's $500 to $1.5 million that you gave to Uncle Sam for no reason whatsoever. Left on the table on purpose because you didn't plan. Wrong post-sale investment posture, right? Market correction wipes out 20% of your proceeds in year one of things that you couldn't control because nobody rebalanced you from private business owner risk to preservation. You don't have an estate plan, no trust structures, no charitable strategies. The IRS gets a check that should have gone to your kids or your foundation. And the IRS never sends a thank you note, but they'll send a collections agency after you, right? Leg one mistakes cost you a turn of EBITDA. Leg three mistakes cost you a third of the proceeds. Leg two mistakes cost you the version of yourself you were supposed to become. If you can only run one leg per year, run them in this order. Leg one first, year one. Leg three second, year two. And leg two third, year three. Not because leg two matters least. It's because it takes the longest and needs the runway. 3 years of legs or 1 year of exit and 20 years of regret. Pick one. All right, quick break, John. This episode has been the most emotionally serious one in a while.
It has. I'm holding back my post-exit plan.
Which is?
Play-by-play announcing for the beer league hockey team in my town. I will not be explaining the math. That's my one.
That's your one.
My one. Brought to you by Upstate Doors, new garage door installations across the North Country. And here's my honest pitch. Replacing a beat-up garage door does more for curb appeal than almost anything else you'll spend the money on.
It's the largest single visual element on the front of most houses. Get it wrong, everything looks tired. Get it right, the whole property pops.
Full range of styles, traditional, contemporary, custom carriage style if you want the look without the horse.
And the insulated options are the ones people forget matter. Heated garage, workshop, anything commercial. Insulated door pays for itself. On a house you might eventually sell, insulated is a diligence bullet you don't have to explain.
That is right. Upstate Doors, Waddington and Malone, New York, 315-388-5523, upstatedoors.com. Currently running, if you're listening to this within the month of July 2026, we've got an anniversary promo for the America's Anniversary. Save up to $250 on your garage door install during the month of July.
Wow, $250 for every year the U.S. was established. I just got that.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Right. Yeah, $1 a year.
Yeah. Inflation.
Yeah, that's right. Alrighty, back to our program. How early does an owner need to start on all three legs?
Earlier than feels reasonable. To be honest with you, 7 to 10 years before you want to exit.
Wow.
I know. Most of our owners hear that and they're going to mentally file it under, well, someday, right? Then they call me 8 months before the LOI drops. Why earlier matters? And I'll tell you this by leg. Leg one, get rid of you have customer diversification. You have a leadership bench, documented processes, recurring revenue. These take 3 to 7 years to mature. You cannot manufacture them in a quarter. Leg two, identity and purpose work take years. You cannot decide what you'll do post-exit in a weekend. You need to test it. Board seat, side project, volunteer role. See what fits before you bet your whole calendar on it. Leg three, tax planning takes 3 to 5 years minimum to optimize. Entity restructuring, basis cleanup, trust setup, charitable lead trust. None of these work as a fire drill. Minimum viability start is 3 years. Under 3, you're triaging. You're not planning. That's fine. Sometimes triage is what you have, but name it honestly. Quarterly exit lens inside your SOS rhythm. 30 minutes every quarter on a single question. Did anything this quarter move our exit readiness score across all three legs? 30 seconds in every weekly L10. Did anything this week move a value driver? Make it a routine, not radical. The compounding does the work.
So just to repeat back, legs 2 and 3 take the same amount of time as leg 1, as building the business and getting it ready. 2 and 3 take just as much time.
They certainly do.
That's crazy.
What do you want to do with your life afterwards, right? It takes time to figure that out, John, and to get your plan in place.
People need more hobbies.
They do. Exiting should be a hobby.
Yeah. Well, then I can tie all the flies that I want. Fly fishing. There you go.
There you go.
Fly fishing and golf. So, okay, who quarterbacks all of this? Who's actually running it? How do people get through all of this?
So there's usually 4 professionals. None of them work alone, and that's usually the mistake people make, right? Leg 1 quarterback, your CFO or fractional CFO, and your integrator. Operational and financial readiness, data room, scorecard, capacity model, customer concentration report, they get you. Leg 2 quarterback, you, with help. Sometimes a coach, sometimes a therapist, sometimes a peer group, sometimes all 3. This is the leg nobody bills for, which is why nobody works on it. Leg 3 has 2 heads, a tax-aware planner or tax strategist on your planning side, could be an enrolled agent or a CPA, and your wealth advisor on the post-exit deployment side. And if we're counting a 5th one, ideally an estate attorney for the structures. The conductor on top is a CEPA certified exit planner or an M&A advisor with exit planning chops. Somebody whose job is to make sure all 4 professionals are talking to each other, not in silos, just and not just to you. Because here's what happens without a conductor. Your CPA optimizes last year's tax bill. Your wealth advisor optimizes for assets under management. Your attorney optimizes for billable hours. And your CFO optimizes for the next board meeting. Nobody is optimizing for the integrated exit. That's what the conductor does. That's the seat you need to fill. Most owners don't fill it until they're 90 days from a closing they can't undo, which is exactly when a conductor can't help you anymore. If you can only hire one of them, hire the conductor. They build the team around themselves, more importantly, around you.
Awesome. Important. Last break. Upstate Doors.
And this one is for the commercial audience because that's the piece owners forget.
Warehouse doors, loading bays, shop doors on a light industrial building. You upgrade the office and forget the back of the building, and it looks like it lost a fight in 1998.
This matters at exit. A buyer walks the property, front of the building is fine. They walk around the back, the commercial doors are rusted, the seals are shot, one of them doesn't close all the way. That's a walking price cut. That's a walking mullet.
Upstate does full commercial installations, new builds, retrofits, roll-up doors, same CHI and Raynor quality on the commercial side.
And I'll admit, I owned a commercial building for 8 years and never once thought about the doors as a value driver.
Yeah, you used to have a mullet as well, I bet. How is that going for you now, Ryan?
You know, it's business in the front and party in the back. The girls love it. So, but the building sold. The doors are somebody else's problem. But if I had to do it again, I would have replaced them in year 6, not left them as a discount at closing.
Upstate Doors, Waddington, Malone, New York, serves the whole North Country. 315-388-5523, upstatedoors.com. Anniversary promo running now.
Happy birthday, America.
Alrighty. Ryan, tell the story of somebody who got all 3 legs right. What did it actually look like?
Well, her name was Elena. Changed the name, changed the industry, all that kind of stuff. Composite. So 8 years building a $4 million services firm, burned out. Couldn't take 2 weeks off without the place wobbling. ODI, right? Owner discretionary index north of 9. She decided she wanted to be ready to sell in 24 months. Not committed to selling, just ready. That distinction matters. Leg 1, she got her SOS rhythm installed, leadership team built, capacity guardrails on marketing, books cleaned up with a fractional CFO. Diligence prep started 18 months before any LOI. Recurring retainer revenue went from 22% to a whopping 65%. Leg 2, personal work started early. Post-exit vision on paper by month 4. 2 nonprofit boards by month 8, first real 2-week vacation in 8 years by month 12, and the business hit its numbers without her. That vacation was the moment she knew. Her words, not mine. They didn't need me. That's when I stopped being scared of leaving. Leg 3, tax restructuring started in month 3, entity cleanup, basis tracking, donor advised fund opened in month 5, wealth advisor engaged in month 6 to model post-exit cash flow at 3 different exit multiples. 24 months in, revenue grew to 7.4 million. ODI dropped to 2, Net margin at 21%. Diligence took 5 weeks, not 5 months. 3 competing offers. Her line, afterward verbatim, and I actually dug this out of a video. I spent 8 years building a company that couldn't survive without me. I spent 2 years building one that could. The second project was worth 10 times more. All 3 legs, not just the business. That's the whole episode.
Compelling. Really compelling. Owners driving to work now, listening, what's the move this quarter?
Score yourself on all 3 legs, honestly. Take 10 minutes, piece of paper, not in an app. Handwriting slows you down enough to be honest. Leg 1 is the business predictable, transferable, de-risked, 1 out of 10. Leg 2, am I ready as a person? Do I have identity, purpose, structure, relationships? Again, 1 to 10. Leg 3, do I know my after-tax number, my post-exit deployment plan, my entity and estate structure? 1 to 10. Whichever one is lowest gets your quarterly rock this quarter. Just one, not all 3 at once. Owners who try to run all 3 at once, they pick 3 rocks, they finish 0. The point is finishing 1, not starting 3. If leg 1 is lowest, install the missing rhythm. Pick 1 pillar from the 7 and fix it. If leg 2 is lowest, write your post-exit vision on paper this month. 1 page, what do you do on Tuesdays? If leg 3 is lowest, schedule a meeting with a tax-aware CPA or EA and a wealth advisor in the next 30 days. Same meeting if possible. Watch them have to talk to each other for the first time. Run that loop quarterly for 4 quarters. You'll be a different owner in a year with a different exit available to you. In a quick look ahead, John, this is the first of a set that takes each leg on its own. The one to circle is the leg 2 episode, sold for $5 million. The marriage almost didn't survive. Same clean exit, same owner, and the Tuesday in the kitchen from our cold open. This time told all the way through. The check clears, the wobble doesn't. Leg 3 gets its own episode on tax architecture, and leg 1 gets one on the operational value drivers. Follow the show so the wobbly leg isn't the surprise on the closing day.
We're not doing an episode on your third leg, are we?
We most certainly not. We'll bring in Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah. Good. All right, Ryan, let's skip to the takeaway.
Exit readiness is a 3-legged stool. The business has to be ready. The owner has to be ready. The wealth plan has to be ready. Most owners pour everything into leg 1 because it feels like real work. Then wobble out the closing day on legs 2 and 3. The 75% regret rate isn't about bad deals. It's about unprepared people. Score yourself on all 3 legs this quarter. Whichever is lowest gets a rock. Run that loop for a year. The exit you take in 3 years isn't decided in year 3. It's decided in the quarters where you did the leg you kept avoiding. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is this quarter.
All right. That's a wrap.
Sayonara.
Thanks, everybody out there. Oh, that's for our Japanese listener again.
That's right. Adios.
What's thank you in Japanese?
Arigato.
Domo arigato. There we go.
And now you learn Japanese.
Yeah. These podcasts are so informative. All right, peace out. That'll do it for this episode of From Burnt Out to Bought Out. If anything we talked about today hit home, do us a favor. Share this episode with another owner who needs to hear it. And if you're sitting there thinking they're talking about me, good. That's the first step.
Head to the show notes and book a free triage call with our team. No pitch, no pressure, just a real conversation about where you are and what's possible. You can also find us on LinkedIn and at wearesynergysolutions.com. New episodes drop every week. Until next time, stop running the treadmill and start building something you can actually sell.